Now, I want you to listen to something and then we'll come back and talk about it briefly.
One thing I cannot stand here is a guy that has too much time, that's too available. I call you at any time of the day and you're like, babe, what are you doing? Why are you not busy? Be busy.
Why are you answering every call? Please don't. Like, at least make me miss you.
Or even just look for you, like, why did you not pick up my call?
Yeah, like let's argue.
Every day you're just available like a bad bee. Like, what did it come?
You see, this is the problem with this generation, right? This is the problem with this generation because people have set some unrealistic standards to themselves that they think the world is supposed to run by. You cannot stand the guy who is too available. Now, simple courtesy tells me that if I receive a call and I can answer the call, then I answer the call. It doesn't mean I am too available. It simply means I respect the person calling me. And most importantly, if it happens to be my partner, then I have to answer. Because if it is my partner we are talking about, then I don't know what she may be into. I don't know what may be going on. And so she calls me and I can answer. I am able to speak with her in maybe 10 or 15, 20 seconds or a minute that it won't cost me anything. Yes, I will answer. It does not mean that men do not have anything to do. It does not mean that the man is not available. Now, these are the same kinds of women who, when they meet another guy who never calls them, who never does anything for them, they will come and sit back again and be complaining. There is this guy that I met, he doesn't call me, doesn't spend time with me, he's too busy, he's too this, he's too that, he's too this, he's too that. What exactly do you people want in this world? I just want to ask, what exactly do you want? Because you see, we need to understand, and this generation is turning relationship into something that I think should not, and I think it's not. Because as I said, if my partner is calling me, hell, if I can answer, I will answer. And for your information, my partner will know when is the right time to call me. So if she calls me out of the blue, then if I can answer, I will answer. If I cannot answer, I'll just send her a message. Hey, maybe I'm busy or something like that. But we reach a point where you're like, oh, you hate a guy who is still available. No, the fact that you call that guy and he answers and spends 2 minutes, 3 minutes with you does not mean he doesn't have anything to do. It is just out of respect to you that, yeah, this is my partner calling me. Yes, hell is not breaking loose around me. I can spend 2 minutes with her, find out how she's doing while she's calling, and boom. And this is what you all must understand. Because if you look at the dating pool these days, you look at the criteria that people are setting, you realize that we are living in a world where people are just becoming too delusional. And this is why men are becoming cruel in relationship. And I'm saying this on a low-key manner because men are becoming cruel. Why? Because when men show their humanity, when men show their side of respect, when men want to treat their women reasonably well, the way they saw, they want to do something opposite to what probably they grew up with, women, on the other hand, see that as weakness. So maybe your partner asks you for something, you give it to her. She wants to get something, you get it for her. Then some women see that as, oh, it's weak, it's otolege, it's talk. Oh, look at this, you are too weak. No, because every man who cares about you, every man who wants to build his life with you would want the betterment of your life. And that is why there is also another agenda of men who are promoting the agenda that if you are a man, you need to be cruel. If you're a man, you don't need to be kind to a lady. If you're a man, you don't need to treat ladies nice. Some people even say never improve a woman beyond her sphere of state, because when you improve her beyond her sphere of state, she is going to leave you, and she's going to see you as useless and somebody who she cannot move ahead with. But that shouldn't be how relationship is. A man should be able to pour into a woman. A woman should be able to pour into a man if they are two mature adults who have decided that they want to be on this journey. It is called relationship. It is a partnership. You help me, I help you. We build this vision together. We build our goals together, and we live a better life together. Travel around the world, chill, have fun, and live our life. That is what relationship is supposed to be. It is not about who is the toughest, who is the weakest. It is not about, who is the Jimmy, and who is the wisest. It is not about, who is the pretender and who is the real person. No, that is why relationships are not succeeding these days. The divorce rate is continuously increasing. People can be together for years. Immediately they get married, after 6 months, 1 year, they are filing for a divorce. Why? Because they built it on, it's a house of cards. And guess what? No foundation is there, so it's going to destroy. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this. There is nothing like a man who is too available. There is nothing like a man who is foolish. There is nothing like a man who is weak. Neither is there something like, women are this, women are that. Listen, I say that relationship is where two mature adults decide to go on a journey to build something together that will improve the two of them, their life. That's what relationship is. It is not about somebody sitting down and say, hey, if you're my girlfriend, if I'm your girlfriend, you need to pay me every month. To some extent that some women have the effrontery to demand 25%, 30% of the monthly salary of the guy. What are you doing? Are you smoking? Sometimes you sit down and you ask yourself, what exactly is going on with this generation? You have the effrontery to say that your boyfriend should give you 30% of his monthly salary. For what? Because you are his girlfriend? What have you done? I have to take care of myself. I need to do my hair. I need to do my nails. And what are you doing? What value are you adding to the man's life? There is this saying in Chi that I want you to check the world. I want you to check on social media. You will never see any woman. You will never see any lady from a well-respected family, from a wealthy background, from a well-raised home, sitting on social media, spewing out garbage or spewing out things like, this is the man I want. If you don't have this, you will never see it. It is always the people who come from the broken homes. It is always the people who come from who are not respected. It is always the people whose name cannot be found anywhere, even on Google. They are the people who have the effrontery to demand that certain things be given to them because they are insecure and they think someone's son should be their pension plan. No. If your father, after 40 years, has not been able to do anything, you think a young man who just finished a university and started working and getting 1,500 or 2,000 a month, their monthly salary, they should give you 30% of that. That is what will prove that he loves you. Then how does he develop? How does he take his life to the next level? How does he take care of his mother or his father? Doesn't he also have a family? Why won't you go and look for a job? If you think your boyfriend has to be making you and giving you money and everything, you don't need a new boyfriend. You need a job. And that is the problem with this generation. People are delusional and it is spreading online. We have the people who are on the men's side, we have people who are on the women's side, and everything is being destroyed because the men are coaching the men the way they have to handle women so they don't appear weak, they don't appear that they are being taken advantage of. And so we are creating men who are cold, creating men who would want to pour into women. Then we have the people who are on the women's side who are also promoting a certain agenda. That is what I'm asking you. I'm telling you this. Just check online. Any lady who sits down and makes such statement, oh, give me this. At the end of every month, give me this. 99.9% of the time, they are not from a respected home. They are not well groomed. Their parents cannot be found. You know why? Because money doesn't like noise. Money doesn't make noise. People who know their value don't parrot it. People who know what they are worth put themselves in the position to come along with other people who will pour into them naturally. They don't have to ask you. High value women don't ask what their men must give them. That is the thing you must understand. I want you to go home tonight, or maybe you're already home, and I want you to find a time where your mom is in her best state or your dad is in his best state. And I want you to catch them off guard. Maybe after the weekend, yada yada, you are just walking around, and I want you to corner your mother somewhere or your father somewhere. Do it separately, and I want you to ask them, Dad, why exactly did you marry my mother? I don't want to hear the fluffy sound. Why exactly did you marry Mom? Then ask your mom, why exactly did you marry my dad? I want you to tell me how exactly, and have a conversation with them. You will understand that this generation has actually moved away from the core value of what relationship is supposed to be. Right now, it is to the highest bidder. And people have been created to have a certain manner, to have a certain artificial aura, because that is what appears that they are doing well. Because that is what appears that they can take care of people. So I'm here, my partner calls me. Then I'm like, oh, although I can pick the call, I won't pick it. Yeah, I want it to be ringing. Then she calls me again. I won't pick. Why? Because I wanted to feel that I am busy. And so we are building relationships on pretense. We are building relationship on lies. We are building relationships on vibes and inshallah, and there are no core values. Because if I sit here and I'm not doing anything and my partner calls me and I don't answer it, she calls me, I don't answer. She calls, I don't answer. So I am projecting to her that, oh, Nhyira has been busy all days. Ooh, he might have been making X amount of money. You do. But in reality, I wasn't doing anything. And then now, as the relationship advances, she's expecting something. I may not be able to afford it, but I had already projected that, hey, Charlie, I am making X amount of money. This is the problem of this generation. And we need to get to that point in time where we stop this pretense. We need to get to that point in time where we stop this digression. And it's everywhere. It has infiltrated the church. It has infiltrated all people, all places. Because it's like, if you do the opposite, you're stupid. You are a guy and you want to show kindness to a woman, she thinks you're stupid. A woman wants to show kindness to a gentleman, the gentleman feels the woman is dumb. So everybody has become kankpe. Hey, one step. Hey, if I'm going to fall in love, hey, me, I won't fall in love. Hey, sagawele, me, I should give my money to a man. Sagapa, yeah, I won't give my money to a man. Okay, you won't give your money to a man, but you want a man to give his money to you. So the man there, he doesn't have brains, he doesn't have family, he doesn't have life, he doesn't have siblings, but he should give his money to you. Why? Because you are the girlfriend. No, you don't need a man, you need a job.